That's a big one for us tonight. Really important win. Hats off to a crowd on a nice Sunday, and they gave us the energy, and kept pushing us through. We talked going into this game about a bunch of things, and I want to point some of those out. When we lost in Vegas, and we were fourth game in 7 days, and we were without two starters. With that said, between Plum, McBride, and Jefferson, they played the entire game without a turnover. So we talked about tonight being more disruptive and how important it would be to convert some turnovers tonight. So 20 points off of their turnovers tonight is huge. We turned those three talented guards over 5 times and got more deflections on top of it. So there was more disruption tonight. A dominating offensive rebounding team. Got an offensive rebound on the first possession of the game. For the next 39 minutes, we held them to one offensive rebound. A dominating physical team on the boards, and we held them to one offensive rebound for the next 39 minutes. Huge part of the game plan going in. Now, our defense wasn't perfect tonight, and they scored at a good percentage. But I love the tempo we played at. Offensively, that's a franchise record for made field goals in a game. We're a few misses in the last couple minutes away from tying an NBA record for made field goals in a game. We did a lot of really good things offensively. We screened better. We made an adjustment and screened better this game. We were patient. I loved they got to see us move better than moving on the fourth game road trip in the West in 7 days. And I thought our energy bothered them like their energy bothered us there. So huge win, especially not knowing what the league's going to do. If they at any chance take a loss in the game that they didn't play, that would give us the tiebreaker and a 4-game lead with 6 to go on them. So I can't again begin to tell you how big for our franchise that is with this push to the playoffs. Proud of our 4-game winning streak. Now we got to go on one last road trip to Chicago, or to Dallas first, and then Chicago.
How about Jasmine Thomas tonight?
Unbelievable. Got us going. We talked about changing the angles of screens for her. I thought we screened better. She stayed real aggressive, not only getting downhill, but then you saw the confidence. She made some pull-up jumpers, but then she started to make her 3, and you saw her hunting for it. The only missed, one of the only, rushed threes that she took was at the end of the half. So if you threw that out, she was 5 for 7 at the arc tonight, and that's a career high in a player that's really had a nice career in this league. So she willed us. She really wanted to play this game. You could see an edge in her going into this game, and we're tough to beat when we get that kind of play out of our leader.
4 straight games with 90 points at a time when you have to win these games. Can you run me through offensively? Was it more focus? Is it just a tempo you think is better right now?
When you defensive rebound like we did tonight, you have the ability to get out in transition. Even with them shooting over 50%, when you defensive rebound the way we did, we were able to get out and run. We're obviously a better fast breaking team when AT is back. AT's minutes were down tonight, saddled with a couple quick fouls. But our bench played well. Strickland, her hand was bothering her. AT was saddled with foul trouble. So you've got to complement the energy, the defensive presence. Led us in steals tonight with Benijah. You got to credit what Morgan does to us. And tonight, because of the situation we were in, we played JJ and Chene together in the first half, and they had really productive minutes together, and we hadn't played them together a lot lately. So nice to see them be efficient and productive together. Yes.
Work with me, people. Has anything surprising about Chene this year? Her level of play. I mean, a night like tonight, she's battling up against much bigger bigs, and she's still getting points.
Yeah, she's such a productive finisher. I mean, one of the elite finishers in the league. She's not going to force a lot of outside shots. So when we get her the ball in a position for her to have success, she's got a lot of secondary moves, counter moves. She's slithery on the baseline and can get to a reverse layup. But she, tonight she didn't feel like she was getting a lot of calls around the rim, and she got even more determined to finish. And that's the biggest thing. I see a competitiveness in her this year. I see a fire in her when some things don't go her own way, and that is something I didn't see a couple years ago. There's just a determination in her, and she really wanted the ball. When a couple times she missed a couple shots and thought she may have been fouled, you could really see that she wanted the ball. So again, she's an inspiration of what she goes through in this league with injuries and comes back and continues to perform, and we're a better team because of it.
Did you remind them of Lamier's comments after the last game?
No, we reminded them that they've played one game since July 22nd. So we knew that they were going to be really fresh. Everything's talked about, they're tired. They played one game since 22nd. So the one thing we talked about was they were going to be ready to be shot out of a cannon. And we knew the game would settle in, but we had to match that, what we call the cannon effect, that really intense energy, the way to get up and down the floor. And you saw it early. They scored right back at us. Even though we were scoring, they were scoring right back at us. And we knew the game would settle in, but we had to match that intensity out of the gate, is what we reminded them of.
Can you believe it's your last road trip of the season?
Yes, actually. Yeah, and a very important road trip. These next 4 games are against the same 2 teams. It's unusual to be clustered like this with teams. So we have 2 series that we'll play 4 games against the 2 same teams. So really important series with both these guys.
Curt, I think you hit your limit the other night with technicals, right?
I got one free one.
You got one, okay. Are you finding yourself coaching any differently because you have to be mindful of that? I mean, I noticed that the foot stomps were up today.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not going to change the way I coach. There was a foot stomp club at Bowling Green. There was Miller Maniac T-shirts throughout the entire arena. You call me what you call me, but if I'm worried about coaching a different way and not coaching with passion, then I'm not being true to myself. I have an unbelievable staff. If it ever came to the point where I wasn't coaching, I have more than a capable staff. So I'm going to keep coaching the only way I know. But I understand I only got one left. So the assistants also know that they can rip my suit and grab my suit coat more often than maybe in the early part of the season. Thanks.